We're 13 days in, and Phil Galfond is down $750,000 after 8,674 hands of a $25,000 hand challenge, and people are concerned. My friends, they are worried about Phil Galfond. Is he feeling okay? How is he taking this downswing, right? Will he survive? Does he have enough money? How rich is this guy? Is the poker site making money? I keep reading. I'm going through the threads. I'm at the win. People are coming up to me. My man Joe, who works the floor, is like, "Yo, is Phil okay? Is he dealing with this downswing?" Like, people are really worried about Phil Galfond, man. They're concerned about his well-being, and I want to put some of those concerns to rest. And I want to tell you why this isn't as bad as it seems for Phil Galfond, and talk more about some of the concerns. And let's figure out why people are worried, right? What are we worried about with the guy? All right, why are so many people coming up to me at the win talking about, okay, is the guy going to be okay? People are at the table. Does the guy still have it or not? Is he still any good? What's going on? What are you seeing? Who's the best? It's just so many thoughts like this. And then on the forums on 2+2, these guys don't even talk about the fucking hands. All they're doing is just speculating. Is just Phil's site making money? Is Phil going to have to give up? Shit. I mean, it's kind of unbearable to read, to be honest with you. But we got a few guys in there that I enjoy their post. So let's talk about Phil Galfond, right? This is why we shouldn't be concerned about Phil Galfond, my friends, is that Phil Galfond's been a very high-stakes poker player for many, many, many years. He's been on million-dollar upswings. He's been on million-dollar downswings. This isn't something that's completely out of place for Phil Galfond to go on and lose $750,000, man. It's happened to the man before, and he can overcome it. He can come back. At the same time, as Phil said out there, he knows that people are watching him, and he knows that people are watching how he handles this downswing. So when you think about it, right, if the guy handles it with class, if he goes out there and he loses $500,000, like, yeah, it's a lot of money in theory, but if you're a businessman who has a poker site and you're going to be working in the business world for the foreseeable future, having some of that goodwill on your side actually ain't the worst thing. Come on, you guys got to think more about it. Whoa, I'm falling back in my chair, man. Listen, how I ended up here, right, was I was listening to fucking Fedor Holes. He's on Instagram. He's talking about follow your passion. Follow your passion. So I was sitting there making a video last night. I'm like, well, I don't want to make this video. I want to go play pop when I'm out the win. I want to go follow my passion. So I followed my passion down the street, and I came home, and I'm wearing the sport coat. It's 8:30 a.m. and I'm recording this video talking about why you shouldn't be concerned about Phil Galfond. The man's built to handle things like this, right? There's more challenges he's got to do, right? But basically what's happening, you're facing a player who's been working at their game, who's been studying their game, whose been primary focus has been Potland Omaha, and Phil Galfond has chosen to start a poker site, Run It Once Poker. So he's launching a massive business at a big scale, a lot of things to worry about, and he's someone who wants to do things at a very high level and wants to live up to the standards that he sets for himself, so he likes to be hands-on with all those different things. And during that time, of course, you're not going to be working at your game quite as hard. That's just how it works, right? And we're kind of seeing the difference in skill levels. So if you're out there, you're worried, or you're saying, God, the games are going to be solved soon. Like, listen, man, Phil Galfond, a top player. Look at what's happening against VeniVidi, right? He's beating him down pretty badly. So there's still edges to be had. There's still a lot to be learned about the game. There's still a lot to be learned. You can see the kind of mindset this guy has, and now you're understanding, right? It takes a special kind of person to get to high stakes. All the people that play poker, to become one of the top players, you need to be extremely focused, extremely obsessed. You need to be in very good control of your mindfulness. You got to be, when you're playing, right? You got to be present in play. You're not distracted by anything else. You're not doing anything else. You're not thinking about anything else. You're just thinking about the game. And you've done that for years, right? You need to have a certain mindset in terms of, I want to be the best. I'm willing to put that work in. I'm willing to put the thought in there. And if you don't have that, you're not going to get there. But you can see the mentality of Phil Galfond when he writes these tweets up there and he says, okay, you know, given the public perception of a match. Well, Phil did say he wants to set a good example for people how they should act during a downswing. Listen, I'm not really sure what example Phil's setting, but besides losing more money, and that's a fucking terrible example to set. So if you're in a downswing, like, you know, probably, you know, maybe take a little time off. Obviously, Phil can't do that, but I don't know the example I think he's setting is that he's trying to present the image that he's keeping a cool mind, and he's trying to encourage you to keep a cool mind too in the future, because then you'll be able to handle the downswings better, which makes sense. It's very true. As he said, no one's immune to the psychology. I can't, there's so many words in the Phil's post. I'm just going to link the post to you guys, what Phil said. But, it's some good stuff. And I encourage Phil to write more about his thoughts, write more about his feelings, because I think people want to hear from him. They're very concerned. And in terms of how rich is the guy, listen, I don't know how rich the guy is. Stop fucking asking me, please. I've been asked that question more times than I ever wanted to think about. Does Farah have a lot of money? At Google, it says $124 million. Does Farah have $124 million? I don't fucking know, all right? I don't know how much money Phil Galfond has, and I don't care. I don't care how much money they have. Please stop asking me, people. My God, everyone loves speculating about the money. Who cares? The guy's got money, and you know what? He can get a loan if you don't have the money, right? I'll give him whatever money I got if he really asks me for the money. You know what I'm saying? I'll get it back. I'm not worried. Phil Galfond, man. The guy can get money if he needs money. How much money has the guy got? Who knows how much money's the guy got? If he's taking on this challenge, we assume he's got access to some money, or he's a fucking degenerate. Both can be true. I don't know, man. Who cares, right? But people talk about poker site. Is the poker site making? They're not even making money. Well, who gives a fuck if the poker site isn't making money? Business experts. I don't understand people's obsession about what other companies are doing, if they're making money or not. Now you might say they're worried about Phil making money because if he's not making money, the site's going to shut down. Or they just want to laugh at him, or they want to pour ridicule at him, and they want to just insult him, saying, oh my God, you're such a fucking idiot because you can't make money on your site. No one's playing on there right now. Well, this is why he's doing the challenge. This is why things like this are being more attention's being drawn to it. Look at the character of a Phil Galfond. Wouldn't you want to support this guy, or do you want to go support the soulless company Amaya, who's awesome at business, but literally gives no fuck about you winning money? You want to support the guy saying, hey, I fucking love poker, here I am, or do you want to support the person that there is no person behind it? What do you really want to do, right? I mean, it's sad. It's fucking sad the community's now like, yeah, why don't we get on Run It Once? They actually want players to win. Let's up in those cash games in there. I mean, it's kind of fucking sad in some ways, man. I mean, it shows the state of our community. It really does. Disconnected. There's no continuity. There's no collaboration. Everyone's out for themselves. Everyone's got their own fucking product. Everyone's working with this company. They never want to talk about anybody else because it's just such a makes sense selfish world. Everyone comes from poker. They get there by being selfish and by manipulating and exploiting other people and not letting other people find edges on them, and they carry that over into this other world, and you see this disconnection happen amongst the tops of the poker world. And this is why we end up with Phil Nagy being the fucking voice of reason in online poker. I mean, come on. Phil fucking Nagy's the voice of reason. He's the one going against poker stars like, hey, is anyone going to say something here? Like, Phil Nagy's fucking doing it, man. I mean, come on. People just let this stuff happen. It's crazy, and they keep supporting it. It is what it is, right? Another topic. Let me not get off topic. Phil Galfond, right? My point is that we shouldn't be concerned about the guy, man. The guy's going to be okay. And if all else fails, he goes broke, the site shuts down, Run It Once shuts down, and Phil Galfond goes down in history as a story that we'll remember forever, man. So I think when it comes to worrying about a Philip Galfond, right, speculating on his wealth status, speculating on his mental health, speculating on the relationship, if his child's still alive, is they alive? I don't know. I think we can calm down a little bit, right? The guy plays, he loses some money, right? Of course, he's going to be down a little bit, but he'll be able to pick himself right back up, okay? We got to have faith. We got to have belief. Maybe we should quit the fucking challenge. I don't know. Down 750 might be the indicator. Like, you know what? Let's check out Perkins, Ebony. Hey, Thirst Lounge, why don't we come play? Let me win back the little 600 ball here. Let me break even for these first two before I get back to the battle. You know what I mean? I don't know. An idea, it is what it is. So, Phil talked about you don't want to set a bad example of being delusional, in denial, or reckless. Some people certainly think that. And I don't think, I mean, yeah, maybe you give it up, but the guy's got the mind of a champion. He ain't giving it up. We're going to see what happens. My point is, let's not be concerned for Phil Galfond. Guys, there's no hands today. All right, it was a long night. It was a late night, and honestly, the hands, right? I'm talking the hands, and I get fired up. I sound so like deep into the game when I watch it back. I'm like, oh my God, can I talk about this in a simple way? Not that it's necessarily, I'm trying to be as articulate as possible in terms of vocalizing my thoughts on hands and really in-depth strategy, but I'm trying to do it in a way where like people can understand. But I watch it back and I talk so fucking fast. I'm like, there's no way people understand this. So that's what I got. Peace.